Hi guys, and welcome to Student Result Management System developing Visual Studio C++. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how this works. As you can see, we have transcript here. We have the student unit that are completed and achieved, and the result and the ranking and date. Then here we have student details and information about the department and so on. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how we use these buttons. If I click on print, there we go, we can print out the student transcript right there, as you can see. Okay, I'm going to close that. The other thing is we can exit if we want. I don't want to exit just yet. If we click on this, we should get the result, and if we click on add, we should be able to see the details here and straight into the database right here. So I'm going to minimize that, and I'm going to actually reset, and we add new data. So let's add new student details there, and the name is, let's say, it's David Kingsley, an address of Kingsley 45 Hilltop Lane, as mail, date of birth, there, mobile number, and email. Say David at Hotmail. There we go. And what course is he taking? Right, let's see. Okay, then enter the code, the score there, and so on. There. So all they need to do is to click on this very button, result. Okay, and if we look in here, you notice there's nothing about David there. If we click on add, we should be able to get the details of David. That's it, it's successful. Click on OK, and you come right here, that's the details of David. And if we come straight to our database as well, all we then need to do is just click on refresh, and that is the details of David right there inside the database. And let me show you guys one other thing, and right here we have the transcript. Okay, if I click on the transcript, and right here, that is the transcript. And I'll see you guys with a full tutorial shortly. Hi guys, and welcome to C++ tutorial of Student Result Recording System. I'm going to start by clicking on Create New, and I will then select C++. Make sure that it's selected, click on Next, and let's give our project a name. I'm going to call it CPP Student Result. There we go, CPP Student Result. That's fine. Click on Create. Now the development environment is ready, so let's go straight to the Solution Explorer here. Just click on that, and we now want to select the property. That is it right there, the range. That's the property. Click on that. There. Now the first thing I would like you guys to do is go straight to the Configuration Manager, and in there I want you to now change this 86 to 64-bit. There we go. Make sure everything is 64-bit. I'm using 64-bit. Close that, and let's come right here where we have the configuration. Now what I want to do is click on the linker. This is the linker. Click on that, drop it down, and let's select System. To your right is Subsystem. That's what we want. And make sure the platform is 64-bit though. Okay, select subsystem, and inside subsystem we want to select Windows, subsystem Windows. There, we can click on apply. The next one we want is still underneath the linker. You now want to select advanced. Inside the advanced, you want to select enter point. Your enter point, type in main and click on OK. There we go. Okay guys, now back here, you see, back to the Solution Explorer again. You see the name of your project, right click on it and let's select add new item. Inside the new item you want to select UI. If you select UI, you should see these two components, Windows form or CLR. To your right you should be able to see create a CLR form containing other windows. However, if you decide to select CLR, you should be able to see the same thing. If you select the form, create a CLR containing other windows. So either UI or CLR, one of them will do. Okay, so I'm going to select Windows Forms, and the default name here is mywindow.h. I'm going to leave it as mywindow.h. click on add. Okay guys, as you can see, we ended up with an error, but that's no problem. So what we need to do is to come straight to our Solution Explorer in here, and then you double click on this myCPP, myform.cpp. Open it up. There. Once you open it up, what I want you guys to do is go straight into this forum, of which I'm going to include the URL on the description area. Copy these very lines of codes here. Okay, I'm going to copy it, and I'll come right down here, right underneath include myform.h, paste that in there. There will be an error, and the error is due to the name here. I have to change the name to the name of my project, and my project name is called CPP Student Results. So as soon as I type in CPP Student Result, the error should disappear. Look, that is it right there, and this error should go now. That is it, gone. I'm going to save that. If I decide to run it now, what you will see is a form will appear. And let's see, it's compiling, and right there guys, that is our form. But the problem is, if we go straight back into the Solution Explorer, we won't be able to see that very same form. So the only solution is for us to exit out and reopen the project. So I'm going to click on, just close it and reopen it. So let's open the project back. I'm going to right click on it, and that is it right there, open. And there we go. So let's go back again to the Solution Explorer. Right inside the Solution Explorer, we should be able to see the form right now, and that is our form there. Okay, if I double click on it, the form should open up. There we go, that's the form. Now the next thing we want to do is to work on the dimension of the form. So let's go straight to the properties. Inside the properties, I'm going to set as follows. Let's come down here, and I'm going to just increase the size of the form to 1386,788. That should do it there. Okay, before we go any further, one thing that I want to do now is to embed MySQL. So let's go back to the Solution Explorer. You see where we have reference right there, this very reference. Okay, as you can see, there's no SQL there. So right click on it, and let's select add reference. So right in here, just type in MySQL. There we go, and that is it. Now make sure it's checked. Once it's checked, click on OK, and when you click on OK, we should be able to see the component of MySQL here. So click on OK. There we go, and that is it, MySQL.data. Okay, now that we've connected the system straight to MySQL, let's start work with the design. Let's design the interface first. Let's go straight to the toolbox. So let's do that again. Inside the toolbox, what I'm going to add is tab control. So we should be able to get our tab control right there. That is it. And let's adjust the tab control. Let's bring it down a little bit. Okay, right in here I'm going to add a panel. So I'm just going to use that to cover the whole. There we go. There. Okay, for this very panel, I'm going to change the background color. Okay, and I will also change the border. So let's change the border to fixed single. The background color, I'm going to make that cadet blue. There we go. Now that that is done, let's grab another panel, and this very one I'm going to change the color to control. That's the default color of your form. Grab this and position it properly here. There we go. Now just going to copy that across. So hold on to your control, click and drag. We have two, and we have another one here. Okay, this very one here, we're going to move that down about that much, and this we'll move it here about the same size as well. And this very one here, we need to copy that. Okay, copy it again, click and drag. There we go. Okay, we have one more to add. I'm going to add another frame here. Maybe just copy this, hold on to the control, click and drag. I'm going to move everything down a little bit. I want it here. There we go. Right. We're looking good so far. Move this up a little bit. And here, that's where we have all my buttons. Okay. Now let's add some buttons. Let's come up here and grab a button. We have one. And I am now going to copy and just paste, copy and paste. Maybe we might need just one more. If we need more, we can always add that, copy and paste again. Right, so select it all and let's increase the font size. Go to the properties, font. Let's come in here and just make it about maybe 24. Let's see, 24. No, that might be too much. Maybe 22. Okay, now the very first one here, change the text content to exit, and the variable name is going to be called btn exit. Copy that, come right up here and change that to btn exit. Then we have, let's call that reset. btn reset. The text content on it is going to be reset. Bring it down. There we go. And this is going to be known as result. Let's make that transcript. There. And this is going to be known as btn transcript. Now this very one that is going to be known as btn result, test content will be result. Bring it down. There. This is going to be known as btn add. Test content btn add. Let's kind of like reduce the size of that to about 50 and reduce this to 50 as well. Then we should have enough room for this. Increase this a little bit. Let's see if we make it about 54. There, that's fine. Okay, it's not so obvious. The changes are not so obvious. Let's say 53. No, 54 we do. 154. And this is, I'm going to make this one 51. 1 and this 51 as well. We can always reduce the other two. And come right down here, just make this one 51 so that they are all even, and this one. So the changes isn't that much obvious. Okay, now this one is going to be known as btn add. There. That is fine. Now the next thing we want to do is to add labels here. So let's come right down here, look for label. Maybe we should take care of this first and change all of the text content. Let's change that to 24 as well. And let's click and drag. We have 4. We're gonna need another 4 more. There. Now we need a bit of room to get that done. And do that. Copy and just paste it there. And bring this down just a little bit. There we go. There. We now need, let's grab text box. There. Change the text content of that to 24 as well. 24. There. Now we're gonna have to copy that. Hold on to your control, click and drag. There we go. Click and drag. Okay, I think we need more room. Let's see this. Yeah, we're gonna need more room. Let's reduce it to 22. Okay, and I'm gonna have to move it all up one way or the other. Okay, let's copy it anyway. 1 2 3 4 5. Now we need 5 here as well. Hold on to your control, click and drag, bring it down here. That one is sorted. And we also need 8 there. Hold on to the control, click and drag. Paste it right there. bring it up a little bit, down a little bit, and we need 3. 1 here, 2, 3. That's for the title. Okay, select all of these. Let's bring it down a little bit, and let's go for the border style. The border style for that, I'm going to make that fixed single. Okay, now just bring it down a little bit. Now here, first thing first, let's change the text content on it. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There. Okay, so that's fine. Let's see the size of this. That is 37, 39. So let's change this one to 37, 39 as well. Okay, let's increase the auto size, make that false, and that's it. So that's fine. Okay, we need combo box. Come in here, grab one combo box, and just modify that with a combo box. Combo box, grab, and that is going to be right here. And let's change the font size. I'm going to make that 22. 20 or 22. 22. Click on OK. There. Okay, we're going to need 3 more underneath here. 1, 2, and 3. Yep, we do have enough room anyway. Okay, that's fine. Alright, now grab these 3 again and just click and drag. Change the whole text content of those 3 components. Let's come in here, border, I'm going to make that fixed single, and auto size is false, and just drag. There we go. There. Very first one here, I'm going to call it LBL total score. Get rid of the text content, delete, and repeat the same thing for these 2 anyway. They share the same name, so get rid of the text content. There we go, gone. And this is going to be known as LBL ranking, and finally that is LBL date. There we go. Now the indicator, that is date. Come right down here, date. The next one will be ranking. Ranking here, and this is going to be known as total score. Take it down and enter total score there. Alright, looking good. Okay, we're gonna have to take care of 1 or 2 things. Let's move this back a little bit. Okay, it's taking shape. Hold on to the control, click and drag to copy, or hold on first before I start copying. I'm going to need a text box. Click, drag, bring it over here somewhere that much. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, hold on to the control, hold on to your control, click and drag. We have 2. repeat the same thing. We have 3 4, right? We have 3 4 and 8. Okay, we're gonna have to redesign the whole interface for now. Yeah, okay, there's room in there. Alright, here let's add a rich text box here. So come right here, scroll right down, grab a rich text box and just drop it in here. There. Okay, we need one combo box here, and I'll just rearrange the whole lot properly, and one combo box here as well. Right, so those are all the components that I need. I'm just going to speed up the whole process, rearrange the whole interface and make it look more presentable. Then I'll get back to you guys. This is how it's looking right now. This is how it's looking right now. I just need to tidy up, then I'll get back to you guys shortly. Okay guys, so this is how it's looking right now. Let me just show it to you. And let's select all of this text box. Let's select it all. The default value will be, let's just enter 0 in there, and I'm also going to get it aligned centered. Then one other thing, enable, that will become false. There. Okay, let's come in here now, select that, and the text content on that, I'm going to change that to select a course and add as follows. There. Okay, I'm now going to, let's copy that there, and I will enter that in there as the default value, so anytime you click you will always see that. And these are the ones I'm going to just speed them up and get back to you guys shortly. Alright, so let me show you what I've done so far. This very one, that is C++, C# and Python. Then the next one here, click on item. We have spreadsheet, database and SQL, followed by analysis, system analysis, information technology, network management, and this other one will be machine language, artificial intelligence, data science and statistics. Now select num 5, go right here, item, click on the collector, JavaScript, website development, PHP programming, number 6, object-oriented programming, software testing, procedural programming, and we have 7. That is 7. We have 8. There, all done. And here male and female, or female and male. There we go. That is it, done. Okay, now that that is all taken care of, what we want to do now is, let me just run it so that you guys see it anyway. Move that up. Okay, I'm gonna run it, then you guys see how it all looks like. Okay guys, that is how it's all looking now, although nothing is happening so far, but this is all taken care of. There's one more thing we need to do. I need to change the names in here and maybe add transcript here, and let's exit out and get those done. Come in here and just select this. Okay, make sure it's selected, come straight right here where we have tab page, and the very first one I'm going to change that to university record, and this is going to be student record. There we go. Right, so let's run it. Oh, before that, let's change this one to, let's move this down a little bit and just enter transcript there. That is fine. Okay, so I'm gonna run it and then just see how that looks like. Okay guys, this is how it's looking now. So let's take care of the database connector. I'm going to be using MYSQL Workbench, but before that, let's go straight inside or into the codes here. Let's double click on the form there. Okay, I want to first of all initiate the connectivity, so let's scroll right up here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and just, let's say, using namespace, and what I want now is MySQL that I've already connected. MySQL column data column MySQL clients. That is it. There we go. Now I've connected the library. So the next thing we want to do is let's come right down here. You see right down here where we have public reference class. I'm going to press enter, and what I want to do is I'm going to declare the create the following MySQL connection. Yeah, let's grab MySQL connection and add this. Let's just give, okay, that is going to be my own object name or variable name. That is going to be garbage. New garbage is going to be my SQL connection. So that is the name of my object and is okay. Let's just put that in here. There we go. Alright, enter parentheses there and semicolon. The next thing that I want to do is I'm going to repeat the same thing. I need to get the command, so I'm just going to copy this and just change it around. So let's grab the command, and we will also create an object for it. So the object in this case is going to be SQL con, and this is going to be command. There we go, and just grab, yeah, that's correct. Now grab that and paste that in here. There we go. Alright, so the next thing is I have to create another one for the data table. There, and let's give that a name as well. I'll just call it SQL data table. SQL DT, that is equals new garbage name, and that is data table as well with the parentheses. Okay, what is? I need my SQL data adapter, my SQL will be data adapter. That is it. And let's just give that a name. I'm going to call it MySQL DTA equals new data adapter. Garbage collector equals new data adapter. There. And what else do we need now? Let's enter that in there. That error should disappear. Okay, the next thing is I also need the reader. MySQL reader. SQL. That should be lowercase. Reader. Data reader. It's called data reader. Yeah, we got it. So my SQL data reader. Yeah. And that is going to be SQL RD. And data set. DS, that is equals garbage data set. There. Okay, so now I'm going to have to declare a string character that I'll use for part of the query. So let's say string. That's going to be my variable SQL query. There we go. Then I will now declare strings for the host, local host, username and password and so on. So let's come in and just say username. Or server, let's go for the server first. Server, that is equals the local host. Now the next one is I'm going to call that username as equals, I'm just going to call that root. It is root anyway. And the password, I'm going to just make that as a password here. That will be equals, let's go for 1 2 3 4 5 6. That's my password anyway. And semicolon here. Then we also have string, the database itself. The database, so let me just make up a name for that. I have one that we have already used, but let's call this result. Result data. Okay, that's fine. Result data. All right. Okay. Now, to get all of this working, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm now going to put a function together. So let's scroll right down, right underneath for a pragma region. Okay, I'm going to scroll right down. Let's look for that right underneath the pragma and region here. And then I'll just create my function in there to enable the connectivity. That is it right underneath here. So let's start by using private system void. Just give it a name, copy it like that. Private system void, and the name is going to be update DB. Now update DB, I want you to do as follows. Let's get rid of this. Update DB, I want you to do as follows. So let's say MySQL connect dash connection, that's connection string. I would like you to connect as follows. The server, get hold of my server, that will be equals plus server plus, and the next one is going to be username. That's a plus, username equals, equals username. So all I'm doing is connecting all my database connector straight onto my SQL connection string. Now the next one that I want to connect will be the database. No, let's connect the password and so on. So I'm going to just come in here and enter that, plus press enter, go to the next line. That is going to be password as equals plus password. Okay, plus password and plus we now need the database. Get the database in. So I'm just gonna say database equals plus database. There we go. Alright, so now this SQL itself I want you to open up first, okay, because that's where the database is now. So let's come right down here and just say open. And let's use the command here, command text, the command text, no, command, that should be command connection, so that is invalid. That should be connection, right? Just grab that. Okay, let's do this first, and let's just say SQL command dash connection equals MySQL command. Now this is where this becomes useful. So command text equals MySQL query times from result data. I believe that is the name of my database I intend to create. So let's scroll right up there and just check that out. Make sure it is correct. Yes, I think it's correct. It is correct. Right, that's my database name. So I've just used SQL to select from this database. Though the database is not ready yet, so we have to create one together. So the next thing now is we now want to use the reader. Let's say SQL reader. That would be equals SQL SQL command dash execute reader. There. Once the reader is executed, we then also want it to get rid of end. Now it should be just execute reader. We then want it to be stored inside the data table. So we say data table, we want it to actually load. That will be load as follows: SQL reader. Finally, let's close the reader itself, and we will also close the connector. Close the connector. Close the reader first. There. Now close the connector, this very one, SQL connect. I'm going to close that. There. Now there's one thing I would like to add: a table. Okay, let's do this. Let me just go straight to the design first. So right inside the design here, you see where we have student record, I want to add a table in there. So I'm going to go straight to the toolbox here, and let's grab hold of data grid view. Just dump that in here. I want you to display all the necessary information, or all of the student information. Right, so let's go back to my codes. Okay, right underneath here we are still creating the function. Now I'm now going to call that particular data grid view that I just added, data grid view, one, data grid view 1 dash data source equals, grab that from data table. There we go, that is it. So I've just completed my function, which I will now call on the form itself using form load. So with function form load, I'm going to grab hold of this. Okay, I think that's form load right underneath anyway, that's handy, and paste that there. Well, as you guys are aware, the database itself is not ready yet. Okay guys, for these two work as we want, let's create a database. So I'm going to open up my database here. So let's select the schema. See this one, create schema, create a new schema. There, click on that, and there my database name is, I called it results DB. Let's check that out. There we go, result database is called. Let's paste that in there. So I'm going to create my database. Create. Now where we have apply, click on apply and click on finish. Okay, now let's come in here inside the schema here. Let's look for results database. There we go, that is it right there. Drop it down and let's select table, right click and click on create. Give my table a name. I'm calling it exactly the same name. You see this double head arrow, drop it down, and the first column is going to be known as student ID. and I'm going to make that primary key is going to be of unique value. There we go, and it must not be empty. Followed by first name. Yeah, so I'm going to leave the data type as a virtual. In fact, the rest will just be virtual. The next one here is going to be surname, address, gender, date of birth, mobile, email. Now the next one, that will be course, and course code. Now I'm going to go for the subject area, so I'm going to call that module. That will be module 1. Let's highlight and copy and paste. In total I should have 29. Module 1, module 2, module 3, module number 4, module number 5, module 6, module 7, module 8. So they need to take 8 modules to pass the course. Now let's enter their score here. So the first one will be, let's say score, that should be score number 1. Score 1, score 2, no, paste that again, enter 2, try that again, copy the score here because I'm going to need it all over. That will be score 2, score 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then we need total score, ranking, and date. In total I should have 29. So let's check that out now. Hopefully that should be 29. So let's click on apply, and I have from here, let's take it from here, that's 2. That should give me up to 30 here. Yeah, there we go. I have 29. That's correct. So let's click on apply and click on apply again. There, that is it. I've just finished creating my database. I'm going to just minimize that. Let's open up my program. There we go. So let's save that. To be sure that the database works when I run it, I should be able to see all of the necessary information on the data grid view right here. So let's build and run. Build is successful, so let's click on run. Okay guys, and let's check out my, there we go, look at that. You see, so the database is working. You see that? That is the whole purpose of the form load here. If I comment it out, you will see nothing will appear. Let's comment that. Let's run it now, and you see nothing will appear on the data grid view itself. It's coming up. Let's see, and click on that, boom, nothing. Okay, so the connection works. That is good. So let's go back to our design view. Okay, right inside the design view here, what I want to do is let's take care of this add button so that whatever data we enter in here we'll be able to populate it. So I'm going to double click on the add button, come right down here. First thing, let's copy this here. That'll make like a bit easy. Let's copy it up to here and paste that inside the procedural area of the add button there. And right above the open, I'm going to use try. So if there's any error, I want the system to actually trap whatever error that I might run into. Okay, so that is fine. Now I'm going to take care of the cache as well. So come right down here, press enter. So underneath here, cache whatever error. So this one will display, that is exception. I'm going to call that EX. This one should display whatever problem that I might run into, exception EX. Come right down, open up a curly braces, and inside this curly braces I'm going to use a message box, but the message will be generated by the system. Message box column show, that will be EX dash message. So the system will actually generate whatever error that I might run into will be displayed by the system. It will identify whatever error that might be. So I'm going to now finally close my connection. So let's say finally, if there's no problem, close up my connection. SQL con dash close there, and underneath let's display a message if the connection works as expected. So underneath here I'm going to ask the system to display the following message for me. So let's grab this, let's paste it right underneath here, and I'm going to just enter something simple in there. Let's say student results updated, something like that. Student result updated there. And I'm also going to call my function, which is update db. There we go. So that is taken care of. However, I haven't finished. So back into the try cache itself. Okay, right here. Now let's do as follows, so that we're able to query the system by using insert. So first of all, let's say SQL query. That was the string variable that I declared. SQL query equals insert into, if you guys can still recall my database, it's called result data, and the first column is called student ID, comma, first name, comma, surname, comma, address. If you guys can still recall, because I can remember all that. And I have gender, comma, DOB, comma, mobile, comma, email, comma, after the email I have course. Okay, and let's go to the next line here. Now let's put a comma here, come out of it and just a plus, come right down here, and I now have course code, comma, looking good so far. Then I have, after the course code, and I have module 1, comma, grab that. Then we have module 2, module 3, module 4, module 5, module 6, module 7, module 8. Right, all my modules are in place. Okay, it seems they are a little bit squashed together. Let's add a bit of room so that you guys can see. Okay, address. Just, yeah, that's fine. Email. Okay, bring this one down. Bring that down. Right, and here, get rid of this. Get rid of these as well. Just put a quote in here. And bring this one up. Okay. Then add a bit of room so that you guys can see it. Okay, that's fine. Then the next thing now is I need to add all of these calls. So I'm going to add another comma here and put a plus there, and let's say score 1. That is going to be score number 1. Copy that. Score number 1. Score 2. Score 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There, score 1 to 8. Done. Now the next one is going to be total score, comma, ranking, comma, and finally date. Okay, so the date is in as well. Close that up. Now come down here, and I want to get hold of the value, so come right down. To get hold of the value, everything is on the, that's on the component. So let's say values is as follows. The very first one, that is going to be txt student ID. Yeah. Okay, txt student ID dash text. I've got the first one, so I want to say plus. This can be a little bit confusing, so I have to be careful here. Plus, there should be a comma here. Yep. The next one is going to be txt first name. Dash text. I'm missing something here. There. Now there should be a plus here as well. Okay, so that is fine. Let me grab hold of, I'm going to grab hold of it from here. It can be a little bit confusing sometimes. There, so this one will be surname. Okay, surname is taken care of. Then we also need to take care of address, comma, come out of it, and let's just enter plus there. Now let's take care of address. That's txt address dash text. Now txt address dash text, then we have here, that will be gender. Gender is CBO gender. Okay, then we have date of birth here. After that, we now have mobile. After the mobile, we have email. Okay, let's just grab this, paste it here. Okay, alright, looking good. I'm gonna now grab all of this, use that for my email. Come right down here, then we have email. That's email here. So all I'm doing is just calling the component, guys. So there's a special way you have to call them so that there won't be any error. That's why I'm being a little bit careful, or extra careful. Okay, now we have email. What else do we have after the email? We have course code. So the course code is going to be CBO course. CBO course, that's fine. Then we have txt course code. Right, after the course code, there, we're going to have, after the course code will be CBO model 1 dash text. That's good. Okay, CBO model 1 dash text. Grab this, paste it here. Alright, I'm going to copy this now. That is for module number 2. Module 3. Okay, this will be 2, 3. Module 4. 5, 6. Okay, we have 7, 8. 7 and 8 here. Okay, that's fine. So we now have we've taken care of the modules. Let's take care of the results, the score. So underneath here, I'm just going to enter txt score 1 dash text. Score 1 dash text. I'm gonna copy this, paste it right there. There we go, and copy this for score 2, 3, 2 and 3. Copy all of this, paste that here. Then we have 3, 4, 5 and 6. We have 7 and 8. Score number 7 and 8. Okay, and here that's going to be total score. Total score. After the total score, no, it's LBL, it's not a total score, it's LBL total score. Right, that's good. Then we have two more. That is going to be LBL ranking, then LBL date. Right, that's all. So I'm gonna have to cancel all of these out. We don't need this anymore. Get rid of that, and here we should have a bracket. No, close the bracket here and there. Okay, and right underneath here we now need to say SQL command. That will be equals garbage collector new equals MySQL command. MySQL command. That'll be SQL query, comma, SQL connect. There we go. Alright, so why do I have this error? Okay, I think this is uppercase. This, okay, that should be new. Alright, okay, all gone. So SQL read equals SQL command dash execute reader, not end reader. We'll click on that and get rid of this reader. Execute the reader there. And finally, I also wanted to close the connector. There we go. Close. That should be closed here. Yeah, that is it. Alright, that's fine. Okay guys, let's try that out and see how it works. Okay, let's run it. Hopefully there's not going to be any error. It's coming up. Yeah, there we go. Oh my god, that's fine. Okay, so let's come in here, just enter some student ID in there, and the name of the student I'm going to call it let's just say Felix. Frogner. And address of Felix Frogner, number 10. And just say Wales Way. And is male. Date of birth. Now mobile number. Okay, email as felix@gmail.com. Alright, the course is studying. I'm going to enter a course in there, but I cannot populate any of these yet. Let's just see the course code is. Just make that up. The faculty is School of Computer Science. And here, head of faculty, let's say Professor. Oh, that's me, Paul Oamen. And program leader, let's say Dr. Sami South. Course tutor, Dr. Larry, let's say London. All right, London. Okay, the courses, let's just put that in there, whatever, because all of these text box here are disabled. We won't be able to enter anything in here, and these other ones as well, these are all labels. So, well, the most important part is to try out the add key. Click on that. There we go. It's working, guys. I'm very pleased with this. Alright, I'm going to click on OK. So hopefully all of the data should be displayed here. There we go. Felix Frog now. And that's it. The ones that are missing is just these three here. That is it, guys. Okay. If I come in here now inside my database, let's see if we're going to be able to populate that. Let's come straight into our table. Where is it? That's table, and double click on the table. Oh, there we go. That is it. The database is working. That is fine, guys. I don't know if that trick will work. If I enter anything in there, will I be able to save it? Just enter something in there. I just want to see if this is gonna work. That was going to be third class, and dates. Let's enter today's date, 10/8/2001. Okay, I'm gonna click on apply. Yeah, finish. Okay, so I've done it here. So let's see. Inside my database, it's not going to appear until if I run the program again. So I'm going to exit out. Let's run it again. Okay, click on run. It's coming. All right, let's write down. Oh, look at that, he's there. That's cool. Alright, I just made that up. Okay, so that is fine. Now let's take care of the results. So I'm going to exit out. Okay, these are the lines of code for the data. Okay, just have another good look at it. And let's bring it down again, and there. That is it. Okay, we now want to go back to our design view, and let's double click on the result. It's coming up. There we go. So I'm going to press enter. What I want to do with the result is I am going to declare, or no, I'm going to create an array. Let's say int score, and I will make that about 9. That is fine. That's my array done. Now the first array is always a 0, so I'm going to say 0. That'll be, let's just enter all of these. We need 8 of those. Okay, and add one more underneath here. So this is going to be 8. So this will be 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. So that's the very first array. Is always a 0. Okay, now the data that will go in the very first one is going to be equals. I will have to convert whatever data I have inside that very text box, which is convert to int 32, and what I'm converting is going to be the text content that I have in here. txt score 1 dash text. So that's my very first one taken care of. I'm going to repeat the same thing for the others, so just copy that, paste, and this, yeah, just paste that in there. So this is score number 1, score 2, score 3, score 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There. Now let's add up all of this. So if you're wondering the scores, here are the scores. Let me show that to you. There we are. Okay, those are the score text box. So let's go back in there. Now I want to add up all of the scores from score 0 to score 7, I mean. So grab that and paste that in here. Okay, so we add another one and so on, so up to 8. There we have, and that is it. We have 8 now, entire comma there. Okay, I'm going to number them accordingly. That is 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There. Okay, now I've added up all of the content in here and it's stored inside array number 8. It's called number 8. So in here I'm now going to say LBL total score dash to text. Since this component is only takes in text or string character, I'm going to have to convert it back to string. So to do that, all I just need to do is to say convert column to string. There we go. And whatever I'm converting back to string, I will have to put that in the inside that bracket. And what I'm converting is score number 8, and paste that right in here. There we go. Okay, so that is taken care of. Now if we go back out here, we are able to add whatever score we have in there, and straight it goes in here. So let's use that very score that we have here to determine what grade, either first class, second class, upper, or third class, and so on. So let's come down in here. We then use an if statement. Let's say if score 8 is less than and equals to 700, so I'm going to base it on 700, and above that will be first class. Okay, take a good look at it, bring it down now. If it's greater than and equals to 700, then we say LBL ranking dash to string we have as follows. Because that there, so that will be first. That should be in the quote first class. There we have a first class student there. So let's copy this, and for the rest we just use else if it's 600, that will be second class upper. 600 and above, that will be second class upper. second class upper. That's how you write it. Second 2-1, I mean, sorry, 2-1 upper. Yeah, something like that. That's correct. And if it's 500 and above, then that becomes 2-2. Okay, that's 2II. That's how it's written. If it's 400 and above, that will be third class. Alright, and if we have 300 and above, that will be certificate of higher education. And if we, assuming we have 299, let's say less than 200, less than and equals to 299, then that will be a fail. There we go. So my conditions are in place. We can even try it out now, but I won't be able to add any details in there. Well, now let's add some details. I should be able to do that. So I'm going to select all of these first because I have officially disabled those contents. So come in here, enable it so that I can enter data in there directly. Run the program now and see. Okay, decision time. So I'm just going to enter whatever in there. There. So check that out. Result. There we go. That is fine. Okay. So let's see others. Third class. Certificate of higher education. That's a fail. Alright, so it is working. So let's check out first class. See how that works too. That's first class. That is fine. Alright, so now let's do one thing, because you can end up and enter more than 100 in there. I don't want that. I want that to be prevented. So in that case, I'm going to go back in my code here. So let's go right down here. So I'm going to use another if statement right underneath here. This is the first if statement. There's another if statement here. Okay, I think it would be wise to just kind of like enter comment there. Check if it's over 100. Okay, so right underneath here, so let's say if the very first one, which is score 0, if score 0 is greater than 100, greater than 100, there. So we now want txt score 1 dot text. We want it cleared. Oh no, converted 0, because we have a default value in there already. We convert that to 0. So let's clear whatever, in case we have anything in here. We have to clear it. Clear whatever we have in here, and let's clear whatever we have inside total as well. LBL, let's type in LBL total. LBL total. Okay, get that cleared. I'm going to clear the date as well. So let's say LBL date, we clear that as well. Okay, let's try this very first one out. We can just copy and paste it for the others. Okay, let's see that run. Alright, try that out. So I'm going to make this about. First of all, let's just check it out with that to make sure it's working. There, that's fine. So let's go for something more than 100. Result, there we go. Okay, so when this one is cleared, what I would like you to do is, I like it in fact to clear everything out, and let's get it focused so that the user know that the mouse is waiting for you to add something in there. Okay, so that is fine. Now let's add something reasonable. There, that is fine. Alright, exit out. That's good. So let's come up here. I'm going to, okay, first of all, get rid of the text content we have in here and come down here. That would be focus. There, that is it. There. So your mouse will get focused straight there immediately. Okay, pointing out, look, you need to add something in here. So I'm going to copy that, and that is for 1, while this one will be 2. Okay, now we have 3. I'm just copying and pasting. Now this will be, this array will be array number 2, and the text content here is 3 and 3. 4, that is 3, 4 here, and 4 right here. That's 4. We have 5 here, 5 here, and let's take care of another one. So this is going to be 5, and this is 6. Now final, no, 5, 6. Okay, let's, yeah, we need about 2 more. Yeah, come down here, paste. This is 6, and this is going to be 7 and 7, and finally we have 8. So this will be 7, and this is 8 and 8. All right, okay, that is it, all taken care of. So let's run it and see how that's gonna look like. It's working fine the first time anyway, so hopefully there's no problem. Okay, let's run it. Run. Okay, now guys, let's try this out. So I'm gonna have about 40 in there. Let's see what's gonna happen. And there we go. So it's gonna get rid of one. I'm get rid of all of these and get focus on maybe the last one. I think there we go. I was right there. Then now let's enter the right data in there. That is good. Okay, that's nice. All right then, so let's exit out. These ones are not doing anything for me yet. Okay guys, there is something that I kept leaving out that is meant to be the dates. Let me show it to you guys. All right, you see when I enter whatever in here, the date is not there yet. Okay, so let's take care of the date. So I'm going to exit out, and that is going to be the result button. So let's come right down here, double click on the result button, and right here you see where we display the total score. Underneath I am going to enter the date. So I'm going to come right down here. First of all, let's call the object date. That is date time, and I'm going to just give it a name. Let's call it DT, or we can call it result date. Let's say result date. Result date. That is going to be equals date time, column now. There. And let's assign result dates now straight into or onto the LBL date dash text, and that will be equals result date dot noun dot to long. We can use either long or short. Let's see if there should be a short there. Short string. No, okay, let's use long. Yeah, long date string. There we go. There, and semicolon. Okay, that should take care of the date. So I'm going to run that now. Let's save it and just click on run. Okay, decision time. Let's try this out. And I'm just going to go over the top there and click on that. Alright, so let's enter the correct value. There we go. Look at that. That is fine. Okay, now let's take care of these two. Okay, so 1, 2 works, add, and this works, and we also need to take care of this, but let's take care of the exit and reset first. So I'm going to exit out, and I also need to disable all of this because I'm going to be using codes to enable them. So let's go back in here. Now double click on exit. There. And the first thing I want to do is I'm going to create the following function, which is dialog results. So I'm going to say Windows, System Windows, column forms, that should be there. That is wrong. That was supposed to be column. Do that again. Okay, that's fine now. And I'm now going to say column dialog result, and the name of my dialog results, I'm going to just say that it's going to be I exit. Alright, so I exit, we're taking the following argument. So let's say I exit equals message box column show, and what do I want you to show the following argument, confirm if you want to exit. First argument taken care of. The next argument is going to be the project title. Let's say student result. system, then followed by the next argument that would be for the buttons. Let's say message buttons, and I'm going to make that column yes or no. So end user have the option of selecting yes or no. So the next argument, enter a comma there. We might as well bring this down. It's going to be message box icon. Where is it? That is it right there, message box icon, and the icon I intend to use is going to be question there, and comment that out. Now let's check the inputs selected by the user. So we use an if statement now. If I exit equals dialog, no, that would be system, Windows and so on. Grab all of that, paste that here. Equals system, Windows, column yes. Okay, in that case we want application.exit. Application column exit. There, that is the exit taken care of. Of course you can always type in exit alone, application.exit, but guess what, supposing there's an error, at least this will give the user an option to select if they want to exit or not. So let's run it and see. Okay, I'm going to click on exit. You see what I'm talking about, and those are my 4 arguments: the title, the question sign, confirm if you want to exit, and the buttons. So no, I'm going to click on no. Yes, I do want to exit. Okay, now let's take care of the reset. So for the reset, I'm going to double click on reset, and I'll call each individual component there. I'm going to just say txt student ID, there we go, dash text equals clear. That is it. Now I'm going to repeat the same thing for the others. So txt first name clear, txt surname clear, move that up, txt address clear, and so on. I'm going to speed that up because that's easy for you guys to take care of, and that's all there is to it. That is taken care of. Okay, take it from the top and bring it down. There we go. Alright, that's taken care of. Okay, the next thing that I would like to achieve now is you see this cost selector. So when I double click on it, I want it to be able to, or if a selection is made, actually I want it to populate all of the other information in here. So let's double click on it. I'm coming here. So using an if statement again. So if CBO calls, there we go, that is it right there. Double click on that, dash text, if it's equals nothing, select a course, then all of the above will be cleared. So let's come in here, move that up, txt course code, we clear that. Okay, just clear that there. Okay, then txt faculty clear as well, txt dean of faculty. Clear. And we have txt program leader. Clear. txt course tutor. Clear that. Else. Okay, I'm going to copy all of this. Else, I want the following information, so come down here. Else if this one is, let's say it's BSc serious, BSc serious games, then the course code will be maybe BSc there, and the faculty, let's say school of computing. Okay, now the dean of faculty, let's say that is Professor Kingsley Wells, and program leader, you can just call that Ade Echo. Okay, now let's say Isa Eweko. Yeah, there. Now the course leader here, we can call that, no, this one should be a doctor. Yeah, let's put a doctor in there. And the course leader here, we can just say Dr. Ali. Right, there we go. So let's do the same thing for the others. I'm going to copy that and paste that in here. I think we have about 6 conditions anyway. So let me speed that up now that you guys get the whole idea. And that is it, all done. Okay, have a good look at it. There. Alright, two more thing, or 3 actually. The next thing is, I'm going to select all of these my text box and get them disabled again, so that you won't be able to enter any data in on any of them, only if you select something here. Okay, that is fine. So you see this very combo box, I'm going to double click on that very combo box. Now we're going to use an if statement to carry out 1 or 2 functions. So let's move that up so that you guys can see. So I'm going to say if CBO mode 1 dot text, if is empty, then the following txt score, that will be, the value will remain at 0. There we go. And enable, that become false. txt score number 1 dash enabled, that will be equals false. There. Else, so let's come down here and just enter else. This will come true. Open up curly braces. That becomes true. and we also want it to clear whatever content we may have in there. So grab this so that we can enter data in there. Delete, and we also want it to set focus. So here we just say focus. There we go. That is it. That's the very first one taken care of. Okay, I'm gonna copy it, but before then let me run it so that you see how it works. Run. Now you see all of the text box are all disabled. So if I click on this and select a subject, there we go. So it's enabled. We can then enter a value in there. If I decide to select empty slot, that is it. So let's repeat the same thing for the others. Okay, now let's see if this works. Yeah, that's working. Oh, I need to change this, all of these to zeros. All right. Okay, we go to number 2. Double click on the second one and come right down here, paste, and just change the details to 2, 2, 2, and 2. Okay, come on. There. Alright, there's one thing you see inside the resets here. All of these ones, when I reset them, they should just default back to zeros. So let's put the zeros back in there. So don't get confused, please. This is the reset. I'm just reset is all the same. So I just added 0 into it because those text boxes, as you saw earlier, they have 0 value as the default value. Okay, let's click on the third combo box. Double click on the third combo box, press enter, paste, and change that to number 3. Okay, repeat the same thing for number 4, then we can speed this up. That is number 4. Press enter, paste, and just change the variable names to 4. Alright, that is fine. So I'm now going to speed up the rest, so we go for number 5 now. Alright, all done. So that is combo box number 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So all of that is taken care of. Now let's take care of, so we take care of the transcript. Let's make sure the transcript do have a name. No, there's no name on it. So I'm going to change that to, let's say, RT transcript. There. That is the name of that. So come right down here, double click on transcript, and right down here let's just say transcripts dash clear, because it's going to be individual transcript, so we clear whatever value we have in there first. Now let's say transcripts dash append, which means add the data. I'm going to add data on all of those systems. There. And what am I adding? I want to add the names and so on. Let's add student ID. Let's come in here and just type that out, student ID. Right. So we have student ID there. I'm going to then add, let's say, plus, let's put a space in here, plus txt student ID. Okay, then I'm going to say plus, and let's add a tab in there. Okay, that's how you create a tab. Plus, we want to now enter first name and surname. TXT first name. The student ID will show your first name, that is the text there. And we also need to then add, I'm going to add a surname, let's say plus, let's put a space in between them, plus surname, TXT surname dash text, and enter semicolon there. Okay, so that's fine. I'm going to just try this out before I continue, because I can just copy and paste. Now let's make sure it's correct. Let's try this out. Run. Okay, let's enter some value in there. That's the student ID, and the name I'm just gonna call my friend's name, Paul Parker. Do that again. Parker. There. And click on the transcript. Why do I have this? Okay, I have that should be there. This is just what I want. Okay, so let's find out and just get that sorted. Okay, reset even is not included in the reset, so let's go back in here, exit out, and the resets, let's come in here, copy that. Let's go straight to reset right up there somewhere. There, that is the reset. I'm just gonna paste that one right underneath there. That should take care of the reset. Okay, now come back in here. Why did I have the system input? Okay, I've got it right here. Text is missing. I believe that must be the error. Okay, so I have student ID, enter student ID plus, let's put a space, double space here. Okay, that is for, then we have surname, first name and surname. Okay, I'm going to move this back a little bit so that you guys can see it. Yeah. Alright, so let's just alright, you should be able to see it now. Okay, so let's run it again. I'm going to enter the following student reference and enter Paul Parker. And click on transcript. There we go. That is good. That's how I want it. Alright, that's nice. So let's add the other subjects. Okay, so let's see, reset and exit. Brilliant. Okay, come down here. The next one is going to be, let's just grab all of these. Once one is completed, the rest should be easy. So the next one is going to be the unit. No, let's add, let's say space and enter that in there. That might be too much though. There. I'm gonna just move this. Alright, the next one now, let's enter, we have a space, another space here. Okay, that's fine. No, it's not a space, sorry, that is carriage return. next line actually. So the next one is going to be the first unit, and the first unit is going to be CBO. Let's say unit 1 first. I'm just going to type in number 1, unit 1. That's going to be plus CBO module 1 dash text. Grab all of this. That's for module 1. Paste that in there. The next one is going to be the score. I'm going to grab the score. Paste that here. The score is score number 1. Okay, score number 1 is there. Alright, so we need to lock that up. Why do we have this error? Okay, plus. Alright, let's get rid of this. That error should go there. Okay, the error is gone. I'm now going to copy this, enter the other 8 unit, 7 unit actually. Alright, so this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. There we go. And this one is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. There. We have all the unit in place. Now I'm going to add another line underneath here. There. And let's get hold of the result. Oh, wait a minute. Let's add. Yeah, I'm going to add space in here. No, carriage return. Come on. Plus next line. Right, repeat that for the others. Next line. Next line. Okay, we're almost there now. Right, and next line, and the next one is going to be just these 3. Copy all of that, bring it down here, paste. This is going to be result. No, this is total score. Total score. And I'm going to get rid of this. Get rid of this. Yeah. Total score. Okay, we have. Let's get rid of this very one. And that. Okay, that's total score taken care of. I'm going to copy that. Use that for the others. There and here. This is going to be date. And here that will be LBL. LBL date. Dash text. This is LBL ranking, and here total score. LBL actually. LBL total score, and that is it. Yeah, I think it's all done for the transcript. So have a good look at it. Okay, then we will now run it and see, and we'll just take it from there. Let's move this one in a little bit. Alright, Okay, let's run it. Save and run. There we go. So we enter data in there. So let's enter student details, and here we have the student name. Let's say Grace Jackson, and let's see, there. Okay, click on results and transcript. There we go, guys. Look at that. So I'm just going to increase the size of this, okay, and change this around. This was meant to be changed, so that's fine. All right, exit out. So this is meant to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 there. And the date, I'm just going to enter one more tab for the date. And let's go back in here. I'm now going to increase the font size here, so let's go to the properties, make sure it's selected. Where's the properties here? And it's 9. We can make it about 12. Let's see what 12 will look like. Okay, so that is fine hopefully. So I'm gonna run it. Let's see. There we go. So select whatever in there, but we must enter data in there, else it will give us 0. Okay, and name, let's say that is Harry Kings. Now result, transcripts. There we go, guys. Okay, there we go. That is, I think that is fine. We just need to kind of like adjust this a little bit, but apart from that, that's brilliant. Okay, and reduce this. We have how many here? We need to delete about 6 there and delete 6 here, and that's it, guys. The transcript is fine. So the other thing is, you see, I want to be able to click on this so that it all displays in here, and we click on the transcript to get individual details for the transcript. So every other thing works, and just that one, just here, that's all. Okay, so I'm going to exit out, and inside here, let's go to the data grid view, select the data grid view, and let's go straight to the properties. I'm going to change the event to cell click. Let's double click on that there. That is the cell click. While I'm here, let's delete 6 of these. 1 2 3 4 5 6 gone. Another 6 here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 gone. Okay, right here inside the data grid view, we now want as follows. And I am going to use try catch there. So let's just say try and catch whatever error that I might run into. So I'm going to say catch exception ex there, and the message is going to be, let's say message box dot show, no, column show, and what I want it to show, that will be ex dash message. Alright, that takes care of that. So if there's any error, the system will officially generate an error message instead of you crashing. So in here now, let's say RT transcript. No, we're dealing with data grid view now. That will be TXT student ID dash text that is equals to data grid view 1 data grid view 1. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. 1 dash selected role. That should be selected role, and it's going to be 0 dash cells. Okay, dash value dot to string. So we're more or less converting it again, dot to string. There. So that's the very first one taken care of. If I copy this, I have 29 of those to take care of. So I'm going to copy that and just change it around. Alright, this is first name. So I will then speed that up once you guys understand what's happening here. This is surname, and here that is address. Okay, here we need to change the values in here. Oh, there should be an array value here as 0. So this one is going to be 1, and this is going to be 2, 3, and so on. 3 there. Now I'm going to speed that up and get back to you guys shortly. Alright guys, that is it, all done. So have a good look at those lines of code. It's all the same. Okay, take it from try and bring it right down there. That is it. Okay, so I'm going to run it now. Click on run. There we go guys. So in here, the data that we have in here, I'm going to click on those data and come right down here. Look at that, all populated. So let's assume we want to generate something for this. Now we can just click on that, but here, why do we have that? Let's check that. Here we have names and so on. Okay, I need to go back into my codes and see what I've done wrong there, because the rest seems okay. So we can always print out a transcript for this particular student. Alright, so let's go back into the code. Click on that, let's reset. Now go back in there, click there. So those 4, there's a problem with them, so let's check it out. Exit here. And what did I do wrong? Okay, I've spotted my error. Value are missing, so I was meant to enter value equals whatever. So let's grab this. Okay, I just paste that in there. Value and value here. There. I think that's all there is to it. So let's come down, make sure the rest are alright anyway. So save that and run it again. Okay, come right here and just click on that. There we go, everything is now in order, and we can just print out our student details. Now one more thing, let's clear and enter new data in there, so to make sure the database is working. You guys saw that earlier anyway. And the name is going to be Steve Jones. Okay, just maybe speed that up. Mail, date of birth, mobile number, and email. Let's say sjones@gmail. Okay, so the course there, and grades. That's fine. And there we go. Results, check out the result there. Transcript. That's fine. And there's one thing I would have liked to do. Supposing we want to print out this transcript. Okay, I'm going to squeeze a button in here, and just so that we can print it out. It's only just 2 lines of code will take care of that. So let's go back in here. We might as well get it done. Come into design here. Okay, I'm going to select, I'm going to come straight to toolbox, and let's select print document and print preview component. Where's P? Print document, I believe, yeah, and print dialog there. So I will now go into, I think I'm going to select print document. Let's come right in here, go straight to the properties. Now let's select print preview, go straight to the properties and lock that. Print preview. Okay, the document for print preview is going to come from print document. That is it. You must change that, else it's not going to work. So the next thing is, I am going to double click on print document and press enter. So with the print document, we're going to enter as follows, so that we can print out this. So let's say system column draw. That will be drawing, and that is from font, and the font is going to be, let's call it font string. That is equals garbage new system draw and so on. Grab this, paste it here, and font type, I'm just going to call that, let's say Time New Roman. And the font size, let's make that about maybe 12 as well, comma, font style, let's make that regular. There we go. And we just come in here, e-graphic, let's grab that, e-graphic dash draw string. Where is the location of what we're drawing? Is going to be inside RT transcript and dash text, comma, grab the object name, paste that in here, then comma, what about the brush type? The brush type, let's say brush, column. I'm just going to set for something maybe blue. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Comma 100 by 100. That's That's the location with more or less the coordinate. That is it, done. Now one more thing, which is the last thing, we need this button. Now come right in here and scroll right down. I need a button here. I'm going to grab one of these, just copy a button, then I will rearrange it properly. Maybe copy this, hold on to the control, click and drag. Let's see, change the name of that, BTN print there, and the text content, I need to change that to print. There we go. And here, now double click on that. Okay, I need to change the event on it. Go back to the event, still get rid of that, let it has its own event. Now double click on it again. Okay, now has its own procedural area. So right in there, I'm just going to say print, print preview, print preview. Where is it? There we go. Print preview dialog one. This very one. I think mine will be there. That's it. Print preview dialog one. We just want you to show dialog. Show dialog. And that's all there is to it. All done. Okay. So let me just tidy up and I'll get back to you guys. Okay guys, I've just tidied up the button area, so I'm going to now run it, and the previous data that we added, let's check our, let's make sure it works anyway. I'm going to check out the prints first. There, let's come in here and click on that. Okay, transcript, click on print. There we go, the print is working. That is it, that's the color we selected, so that is fine. So I'm going to close that. Now reset and enter new data, then we can check that out. So I'm going to have to speed that up and get back to you guys shortly. Alright guys, so I've almost finished that, so let's just speed this up now, and that will be all. Very good. So all we then need to do for Marie Casey is check out the result. First class, transcript, and if we intend to print, click on print. There, close that. Right. So guys, I am just going to just tidy this up because we seem to have a lot of room, so just something like this, and yeah, we do have a lot of rooms. Then I will just move this up a little bit and I'll get back to you guys. So let's do that, and we can call it the end of this project. Oh, there's one more thing, I should have added that. Okay, let's exit out and we do that again. I'm going to go straight into the transcript. Double click on the transcript, scroll right down there, and all I just need to do is I'm going to get rid of this. No, if I get rid of that, so I'm going to add new line here, new line, so that we have a bit of room here as well. Okay, that's done. And this, maybe we add one more space, copy that. Okay, right, and this we can do that here. We have enough room for this anyway. Now run, then we can call it the end of the project. Okay, enter details in there. and a name there, so I can just call that Kerry Jonathan. And address number 1, Boston, female, date of birth, right, that's Kerry at Gmail. There we go. And now let's make that about maybe, okay, change this as well. Artificial intelligence 93, website development 95, object-oriented programming 94, and he's a very brilliant student. And here we can say another 90. There we go. Result, transcript, there. Okay, that's the rest of the transcript. Here I actually needed to delete 2 here, and add, click on add there, and let's come right here. There we go. That's the details of Kerry. And now let's check out the database. Let's see, where is that database? I call it results data. There we go. Come in here, drop it down, table, click on the table, and let's see. There we go. That's the details of Kerry Jonathan. And that is it, guys. I'm going to go back in here. Okay, guys, so with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial, and I suppose you guys enjoyed. And please do subscribe to this channel. This is my second channel. It's me, Paul Oamen, the owner of DJ Oamen Channel. And thanks for watching, guys. There will be more interesting video tutorial on this very channel as well. You all have a nice day now, and bye for now.